We bought 160 acres off-grid and our own mountain and built a homestead, retreat center, regenerative farm, and community, and we make nearly passive income with it. Here's what we're going to cover in this video. We're going to show you how to get land for $1 down and low monthly payments with no banks involved, on how to find land that has no zoning, which gives you the freedom to build what you want or have as many people live there as you want and things of that sort, how to afford to build the things in the first place, which includes how to create nearly passive income and get the help that you want or need so that you don't have to spend all of your time doing it and have the freedom to focus on the things in life that you value and want to spend your time on. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can do this too, even if you're starting with no money like we did, because everyone deserves to live well and the world really needs this right now. This is for anyone who wants to own land, have a homestead, retreat center, regenerative farm, or community, or even just make nearly passive income with land and get out of the rat race and back to nature. If you are not ready to actually do this and to just stop dreaming about it, then please hit the skip button. It's all good. Step 1, getting land. First, people say they can't find land and that it's too expensive, but you can go to sites like these to find land for $1 down and payments as low as between $200 and $900 per month. This is called rent to own or owner financing. And the cool thing is there's no banks involved, there's no credit checks, there's no real estate agent commission, and you get access to real estate that's not even on the market yet or potentially ever. You'll get a full list of all the best websites and places to find land, and on step 3 you'll see how we can use the land to pay for itself and a lot more. Step 2, finding the right land. People think the bylaws won't let them do what they want or they'll be restricted by land zoning. But you can get on the government website and use their own mapping system to find land that has no zoning. Unzoned land lets you build 1,000 homes, a roller coaster, have events until 5 in the morning, and you don't need a license to run a business. So all that's pretty sweet. You can get our land checklist to make sure that you know what to look for on the land and what questions to ask to make sure that it has water, that it's close enough to nearby towns, and things like that so that it suits your unique plans and so it works for you. Step 3, how do you afford to build your vision? Next, people think, how am I going to afford to build anything? We started with nothing and raised $60,000 with crowdfunding. You can take our step-by-step blueprint to do exactly that. And on top of it, it triggered over $50,000 worth of donations. People donated us a sauna, a teepee, a wall tent, bell tent, kitchen appliances, tens of thousands of dollars worth of building materials, or you could use something called a joint venture. Right now, we have tiny home builders asking us if they can put tiny homes or micro cabins to rent out on Airbnb and park them on our property. And we would take 70% of the income for managing them, and they take 30%, and we don't have to pay for them up front, or at all if we don't want to. So then you can use that money to build a house or a farm or whatever you want. Now you have the land, you have the money to build, and your land is making $30K a month to pay all your bills. But it's a lot of work and you still need help. So remember, this is just one way. We give you the blueprint for dozens of different options to make money on your land, from farming to retreats to long-term and short-term rentals or even carbon credits. This is not a thing where you copy us or anyone else. It's how you can achieve your unique vision in what you want to do. Now, step 4, getting help and making nearly passive income. First, you don't need to know everything. You can get the experts in whatever area you need to join your team to help you build it. We posted on Facebook Marketplace and in Facebook groups for free for a caretaker and told them what we were looking for. We had 500 applicants in 3 weeks that were eager to help us for 3 hours a day in exchange for living for free. That means that we don't pay them. And they bring their own tiny home or RV. Now you have the people, but how do you make sure that you choose the right people? So you can take our application form that we use to get people with 30 plus years experience who align with our values. I haven't touched our guest stays in 2 years. We have experts in permaculture designing and building out our farm. We have a construction lead putting together container homes on top of our mountain, and everyone is super grateful to be here. And I'll leave you with one more tip. Always use a commercial lease agreement and never a residential rental agreement. This allows you to kindly ask people to leave your property property if the relationship doesn't work out. Now that you have income that's nearly passive and all the help that you need, you can do the things that you want to do, the things that you value most in life. Now, if you want to own land, bring in nearly passive income, create your homestead or farm, retreat space or community, and generally just live with nature and make the world a better place, click below and take our blueprint. We did all the hard stuff so that we can pave the way to make this a lot easier for you. But it's not just about what works for us. Does it work for other people like you? FJ raised money and bought 40 acres in Pennsylvania to create a retreat space. The previous owner gave him $400,000 off the listing price of the property and $200,000 worth of machinery.
You could write a letter. I wrote a text, a personal text. It was just like, this is really special to me. I really want this place. This is what we can afford. And I hope we can figure it out. And it was, magically knocked off that much money. That's all it took.
Jonathan landed in Costa Rica with almost nothing and raised $3.2 million to build an eco-village.
Last year, we probably brought in about $2 million, and then this year already, about $1.2 million. So over $3 million we brought in since last year.
Mary bought 6 acres and is owner financing 12 more acres next door, and she started a Waldorf-inspired school with yurts and teepees for her kids and others in the neighborhood.
I have Mindful Journey Academy. It's nature-based, Waldorf-inspired, and so I have some teepees, I have some yurts, and the teepees are up, the yurts are still not up, and I'm actually about to buy 12 more acres, and I'm going to own or finance it.
Carson followed the step-by-step guide, and he had 10 people offer him land within 24 hours, and one person offered to invest in his vision the very next morning.
Went to the cafe to meet up with this guy. He shared a bunch of valuable info with me. Next thing you know, he owns 4 restaurants, and he's willing to potentially invest in my vision. So yeah, put yourself out there. Seriously, don't suck into the imposter syndrome and be like, oh, I don't think people are gonna like this, and hey, you might get some weird backlash from the local community. Just put yourself out there. Don't worry about those people. Stay positive, and amazing things will come.
Ruth was generating income in under 30 days. Jay bought 36 acres in Washington State. This program changes people's lives. Join a supportive community of over 4,000 like-minded others doing this in over 21 countries right now. Click through to our website, grab our step-by-step guides to land and freedom. I will see you in there.